Fire Emblem Warriors.
Lianna, is something wrong?
Corrin! No, it's nothing.
Really? Because it didn't sound like nothing.
I guess I'm just a little preoccupied.
What's on your mind?
It's no big deal. It's just, I feel like my brother and I are so inexperienced. You're all fighting this war for our kingdom, and we're barely helping.
How can you say that? You two are clearly giving this your all.
We are, but our abilities pale in comparison to everyone else's.
Of course you feel like underachievers. Look who's on your team. That came out wrong, didn't it? I just mean, don't compare yourself to others. Because the strength of your allies is your strength too.
You think? I know I should be grateful that you all are here in the first place. I just can't help but wonder what would have happened if you weren't.
Let me ask you this. Do you think our being sent here was simply coincidence?
What do you mean?
Every decision you've made, every action you've taken has led to this very moment. I don't think the fact that we're fighting together is a coincidence at all. Your will is what set our fates in motion. We're here because of you.
You really believe that, Corrin?
Of course I do. There is a drawback, however. Our time together will, unfortunately, be brief.
I know.
I really wish we could be here to see how everything turns out in your kingdom. But only you and your brother can carve out its future. I know deep in my heart that you will succeed. You're getting stronger every day. Your kingdom will thrive under your leadership.
Thank you, Corrin. I'll do my best.
I feel so silly talking to you like this. I'm hardly in a position to give advice. There's a lot I could learn from you and your brother.
What could you possibly have to learn from us?
Don't laugh. You may not always get along, but you have each other's respect. I hope that in the future Nora and Hoshido can coexist in the same way.
I'm sure you'll make it happen. Everyone in your families loves you so much.
Oh, I know. They won't let me forget it. But I appreciate your confidence in me.
And yours and me.
Hey, Ryoma. What are you up to?
I was just meditating. It is a type of Hoshidan mental training.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine. Would you like to join me?
What does it accomplish?
It will nurture your concentration and patience, and help you quiet your mind.
Well, it certainly sounds useful. And you can show me how?
Of course. First, sit. Now, cross your legs and rest your feet on your thighs.
Oh, ow, ow, ow! It hurts. My ankles feel like they're gonna snap.
Such a flair for drama. I would expect nothing less from a first-timer. Cross your legs like this instead. This is not physical training after all.
You mean like this?
Exactly. Very good, Corrin. Now, just hold that position.
Got it.
Typically, you would meditate to lose yourself, but we've spoken so little. So let's talk. How are you doing? Is there anything troubling you?
I'm not a kid anymore, you know. I'm doing fine. Everyone is kind to me. And what's better is I'm able to spend time with family like you.
I'm glad to hear that.
Speaking of, we haven't had much time to talk since coming here.
Then we'd best make use of it. Tell me about yourself. Whether it's about you, what happened in Nor, or how you feel about Hoshido.
There's so much I want to tell you, but I want to hear about you as well.
I'd be happy to tell you all you want. The rest of the family is eager to talk too.
I look forward to that, Ryoma. I hope we can all get together soon and just chat for hours.
I'm sure everyone would enjoy that. Corrin, you are truly an irreplaceable part of our family. Let us be ever ready to support each other.
Thank you, Ryoma. I'll be sure to do my part.
Well, let's call it here for the meditation. You can relax now.
Whew! It's finally over? Oh, but my leg's asleep. Ow, 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 ow!
Now that is what meditation is all about. It will get easier with training.
Don't just laugh, help me up. You just said we should support each other.
Okay, here you go. But let's talk again sometime soon.
Maybe not exactly like this, but talking to you was pretty relaxing.
It allowed me to clear my head as well. I'll look forward to our next session.
Hey, Xander, look at those rabbits. I think they're a family.
Where? Oh, I see them. I don't think I ever saw those in Nor.
Oh, and look at the plumage on that bird. Remarkable.
Well, it seems you're becoming quite the naturalist.
I guess you could say that. Or I'm just making up for all those years in Nor. You know, this might sound odd given our situation, but I'm happier than ever. I missed so much being trapped in an ancient fortress.
I feel different here too. But I wasn't confined in Nor like you were. I am happy to see you in such high spirits.
I could say the same thing about you. In Nor, you always looked so dour. Whenever I saw someone with that look, I told them to stop feeling so Xander.
Oof, really? I had no idea. I always thought I was in a reasonably good mood.
You just always seemed to be frowning.
Well, I always strove to display an air of dignity. When I was much younger, some visiting dignitaries told me I appeared casual. The implication being that I was not behaving like a firstborn prince.
So your serious demeanor was a reaction to that? I suppose you also must have been exhausted from all your training.
In fact, that was because I was hurrying to get to your fortress.
You hurried to see me? It wasn't like I was going anywhere.
I know you're teasing, Corrin, but it is still a sensitive subject for me.
I'm sorry, Xander. I didn't mean to cross the line. I'm just happy to be able to wander beyond old castle walls. All my life, you were this stern presence, but now I finally feel like we can have a normal relationship.
You're right. I must relinquish the stoicism I held for so many years.
There's no Nor or Hoshido in this world, Xander. We're free from that conflict and hatred.
I never realized how much that must have weighed on you.
I'm sorry, Xander. It's just that I think we could all stand to lighten up a bit.
By all, I assume you also speak of those from Hoshido.
Yes, absolutely. We should put aside all of our differences, don't you think?
Because it is you asking, I will consider your request.
Thank you, Xander. Shall we get started with a quick visit to the Hoshidan tent?
You're going to need to give me a little time to get used to this.
Oh, come on, brother. What could possibly go wrong?
Do you have a minute, Corrin? I've been wanting to talk to you. Tell me, do you believe our choices are really ours to choose?
I'm not sure I follow.
Are our decisions our own, or do you think they're already made for us?
Well, that's a terrifying prospect. What's gotten you thinking about this?
I'm not really sure. I guess the idea of destiny has just been on my mind. And I can't shake the worry that my feelings and impulses aren't my own.
Well, I've always believed that my choices are mine and mine alone. Like, fate is just a series of paths one can take, but it's up to you to decide which. So my future is still guided by will.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying.
And if some godlike being thinks she can tell me what to do, I'm gonna find her and put an end to her hijinks.
You don't think she'd see it coming? She'd be a god after all.
So it's not a perfect plan. Anyway, what do you believe?
I would like to believe that I do more than just choose a path.
What other option is there?
To build my own. I don't want to be at the center of many ever-branching paths. I want to carve out a single path for myself as I go. In short, I want to be the architect of my own fate.
I can see how that idea might be appealing, but I can't help but believe that my will serves something bigger than myself.
And I can only hope that the opposite is true. I guess choice plays a different role for you than for me. Think about it. I'm a tactician, you're royalty. What can we do but try to play the hands we are dealt?
Nothing, I guess. Though we do agree on one thing, that our decisions have consequences. Your perspective has me thinking, though.
Well, if you're ever in need of a different point of view, I hope you come see me. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's overthinking outcomes.
Excellent. I'll offer you the same service. Maybe I'll convince you to take a pre-made path every once in a while.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. I look forward to more philosophical debates in our future, Corrin.
Me too.
Do you have a minute, Corrin? I've been wanting to talk to you. Tell me, do you believe our choices are really ours to choose?
I'm not sure I follow.
Are our decisions our own? Or do you think they're already made for us?
Well, that's a terrifying prospect. What's gotten you thinking about this?
I'm not really sure. I guess the idea of destiny has just been on my mind. And I can't shake the worry that my feelings and impulses aren't my own.
Well, I've always believed that my choices are mine and mine alone. Like, fate is just a series of paths one can take, but it's up to you to decide which. So my future is still guided by will.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying.
And if some godlike being thinks she can tell me what to do, I'm gonna find her and put an end to her hijinks.
You don't think she'd see it coming? She'd be a god after all.
So it's not a perfect plan. Anyway, what do you believe?
I would like to believe that I do more than just choose a path.
What other option is there?
To build my own. I don't want to be at the center of many ever-branching paths. I want to carve out a single path for myself as I go. In short, I want to be the architect of my own fate.
I can see how that idea might be appealing, but I can't help but believe that my will serves something bigger than myself.
And I can only hope that the opposite is true. I guess choice plays a different role for you than for me. Think about it. I'm a tactician. You're royalty. What can we do but try to play the hands we are dealt?
Nothing, I guess. Though we do agree on one thing, that our decisions have consequences. Your perspective has me thinking, though.
Well, if you're ever in need of a different point of view, I hope you come see me. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's overthinking outcomes.
Excellent. I'll offer you the same service. Maybe I'll convince you to take a pre-made path every once in a while.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. I look forward to more philosophical debates in our future, Corrin.
Me too.
Excuse me, my lord, but are you doing your own laundry?
Yes, I thought I'd give it a try. It's not going very well.
Is that so? Here, let me have a look. So, with thick clothing, try folding it like this as you rinse.
Oh, that works so much better. It's the first time I've done laundry, I'm afraid. I've always just left it to Flora or Felicia or Camilla if she was visiting. But I thought I should take it upon myself to learn household basics like this.
I take it Flora and Felicia were your retainers?
Actually, they were just the maids. Strictly speaking, Jacob was my retainer. And I've almost forgotten Gunter, a knight and a mentor of sorts. Yeah, so you can see I'd love to learn how to be a bit more independent.
Well, I'd be happy to share my knowledge with you, Lord Corrin.
Great! So, what's first?
Well, we could spend a bit more time mastering the art of laundry.
Oh, there's an art to it? Ha! Very well, teach me.
Certainly. Now, stain removal is a key skill for any wartime launderer. Begin by wetting the stain with water, and then pinch and rub it. Go on, give it a try.
Rub the stain with my finger. Like this? It's not doing anything.
Try using your whole hand, like this. You see?
It's harder than it looks. Like this?
Here, let me demonstrate once more. Like this.
Wow, it's already gone. Are you sure you're not using some kind of spell?
Would that I could. No, this is the result of ordinary practice.
All right, let me give it another try with this one. Oh, wait. You've already removed all the stains.
And thus concludes your lesson.
But Frederick, you did it all yourself. I'm not sure I learned anything.
My apologies. The next time you need a stain removed, let's try again.
It's a deal. See you later, Frederick.
Pardon me, my lord, but you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me more of your retainer's duties.
Well, sure. What is it you'd like to know?
Anything. I may be able to teach you something that will surprise them.
Assuming I ever get the hang of your first lesson. But what am I saying? With you as a teacher, I know I'm in good hands. Thanks again, Frederick. I'm really lucky to have a friend like you.
It is my honor to serve you, my lord. Now then, let's find something to stain this garment with and resume our lesson.
Your dragon form is a real thing of beauty, Tiki.
Thanks. Yours is pretty cool too. It's kind of cute.
That's the first time I've heard that. But I guess it's a fair compliment. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm so glad there's another dragon here with me.
Your dragon form is a lot stronger than mine, though.
Well, you're strong even as a human. I'm pretty jealous of that. I'm kind of useless without my dragonstone. I need Mama and the others to protect me when I'm like this.
You have a point. I haven't seen you using weapons or magic. But you're still just a child, so they can't expect that much of you.
Hey, don't call me a child. You know I'm older than you are.
Sorry, I guess I forgot.
I wonder, do you think you'll age like other humans?
That's how things have been going so far.
Oh, I'm so jealous of that too.
Well, I'm envious of how long you've lived.
Why is that? Every friend I make, they'll die way before I do.
That may be the case. But if you hadn't lived for this long, you and I would have never met. You may say goodbye to a lot of people, but you also meet so many.
Yeah. The only reason I met Mama was because I've lived so long. And you, of course. I'm glad to have met you too.
That's my point exactly. If it weren't for our differences, things may not have worked out this way.
I'll do my best to treasure the moments I do have with my friends.
That's a great outlook. You really are a clever girl.
Hey, you're treating me like a kid again.
I can't help it. You're just so cute in this form. It's easy to think of you as a little sister.
Do you think we look alike or something?
Not really. But if I've learned one thing, it's that blood ties mean nothing. I consider you as important as any of my siblings.
So that means we can be friends from now on, right?
Of course. Anytime you want to talk, just come to me.
There were too many injuries in that last battle.
You always look so miserable after a battle, Celica.
Because it's all so avoidable. Nobody would get hurt if nobody fought, right?
Of course. There's no denying that.
I believe war should be avoided. Cut it off at its roots and find a different way.
You're right. I think that same thing whenever we fight. I can't help but wonder if there's a peaceful resolution.
I'm glad to hear I'm not alone in my thoughts.
The thing is, I haven't been able to find that peaceful resolution. When the time comes, all I can do is fight to protect my friends.
It's the same for me. But I don't want war to become such a natural thing. So in times like those, I pray for the goddess to have mercy and end the war.
So you're pretty spiritual.
I am a princess of Zofia, as well as a priestess of the Earth Mother, Milla. Milla is the goddess who created our kingdom, and she blesses our land.
So it's the goddess that fills you with such affection and kindness. But ultimately, the decision of how to act is up to you.
And act I must. I once failed to protect a dear friend due to my indecision. But indecisiveness doesn't seem to be a problem for you. I'm a little jealous. You always know exactly what to do, and you act with such confidence.
Well, between you and me, I'm not all that confident. What if there's some angle I missed, some option I overlooked? Is the path I've chosen the right one? What if it leads to innocent people being dragged into my problems? I worry about these things constantly.
I had no idea you felt that way.
All I can do is try to make decisions I won't regret later. If I've honestly done all I can, I must accept the results and move on.
You really are strong, Corrin. I could learn a thing or two from you. I will do everything within my power. Maybe then I can solve things peacefully. At least that's how I feel after speaking with you.
I think speaking with you has allowed me to clear my head too. Until the day these wars end, let's work together to do all we can.
And if we do, maybe one day war will be a thing of the past. Do you think so?
I do, Celica. Let's give it our all. I hope you don't mind me saying, Lynn, but your sword technique is a bit odd.
In what way?
I've never seen movements like yours. They're close to Hoshiden.
This style is common among the people of the plains. That's where I'm from. My father was chief of the Lorca tribe.
You've lived your whole life on the plains?
That's right. Some call us nomads because of all the traveling we do.
What do you do with your houses?
We don't need any. Instead, we carry these big tents called yurts. We move with the seasons in search of water, food, and shelter.
I can't even imagine living like that. So, what are the plains like? How expansive are they?
They're easily the largest on the continent. The sky is a great big canopy, and a sea of grass stretches as far as you can see.
It really goes on that far? It sounds like an amazing sight.
It really is. I wish I could show you. The grass is so soft you don't need a pillow, and your horse can run forever. I wouldn't trade the sense of being one with the land for anything.
It sounds amazing. Just hearing how you talk about it is making me misty-eyed. Even if it's just a glance, I would love to see the plains you call home. I lived in a tower for as long as I can remember. I was never able to enjoy wide-open spaces or nature.
You couldn't leave? Ever?
That's right. It's why I try to experience so much of the outside world now.
Unbelievable! I would go stir-crazy being cooped up like that.
My Norian siblings were with me, so it wasn't all bad. It wasn't too lonely, and I didn't want for much. It was a good life. And besides, now I get to experience everything for the first time. That's kind of a gift, right?
It's good to be optimistic, but I worry you're a bit too accepting.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just make do with what I have.
When this war is over, I'm taking you to see the plains. That's final. You of all people should get to see their beauty firsthand.
You'll really take me? I'm so excited to see them.
We'll have to work out how, but there must be some way, right?
You're right. If we put our heads together, we can figure it out. Let's work together to find a way.
By Mother Earth and Father Sky, we will make it happen.